Hello again, everybody. It's me, Marcus, and I review stuff. Today I'm reviewing the song Prayer to God by Shellac, I believe is how it's pronounced. Shellac, Prayer to God. This comes as a request from a long-ass time ago, so thank you for the request. And as always, if you would like to request something, please leave a comment down below, and I'll be sure to get to it. I've been mentioning that I'm getting to all of my older requests first. So again, this one does come from a long time ago. So if you do request something, it's probably going to be a while before I have a chance to react to it. I beg your patience, and I just know that I will get to it. I pride myself on reading every single comment on my channel and reacting to every single song that is recommended. I don't know how much longer I can say that because, I hope this doesn't come off as like being super braggy or anything, but the channel is growing and I am getting a lot more comments every day. It is a lot harder now to read every single comment than it used to be. So just know that I am still doing my best, but it'll probably take a while. So anyway, this is, again, Prayer to God, Shellac. Can't say I've ever heard anything from this artist, and so certainly not this song either. So going in totally blind, but still very excited. That's the whole point of the channel for me, was to learn some new music and, broaden my horizons. So really excited for this one. Let's get it started. Here we go.
Shellac of North America. Catalog number TG211 CD. Audio compact disc. 44.1 kilohertz sample rate. 16-bit word length. Samples represented in 2's complement binary. 8 to 14 expansion. Set reproducer for reference level. 1000 hertz.
Man, music is so weird these days.
To the one true God above, here is my prayer. Not the first you've heard, but the first I wrote. Not the first, but the others were a long time ago. There are two people here, and I want you to kill them.
Damn.
Her, she can go quietly by disease or a blow to the base of her neck, where her necklaces close, where her garments come together, where I used to lay my face. That's where you ought to kill her, in that particular place.
Damn.
Him, just fucking kill him. I don't care if it hurts. Yes, I do. I wanted to fucking kill him, but first make him cry like a woman. No particular woman. Let him hold out, hold back. Someone or other might come, then fucking kill him. Fucking kill him. Kill him already, kill him. Fucking kill him. Fucking kill him. Kill him already, kill him. Fucking kill him. Fucking kill him. Kill him already, kill him. Just fucking kill him. Fucking kill him. Fucking kill him already, kill him. I'm fucking kill him. Fucking kill him. Kill him already, kill him. Kill him already, kill him already. Kill him. Fucking kill him. Just fucking kill him. Fucking kill him. Kill him already, kill him. Fucking kill him. Kill him. Fucking kill him already, kill him. Kill him. Fucking kill him. Kill him, just fucking kill him. Kill him already, kill him already, kill him. Amen.
Well, damn. Okay, short and sweet, to the point. That was interesting. That was not what I was expecting. I mean, title like Prayer to God, I was like, this will be much different. But it was different, but not in the way that I was expecting. So, to me, it sounds like a failed relationship, to the point where maybe she's cheating on him, and so he's praying to God that God will strike down, I guess, his cheating lover and the person that she's cheating on him with. So kind of interesting. Definitely a different take, but we're always going to break down the lyrics. But first, I have some interview kind of background stuff here from the artist. It says, in an interview with Evelyn Morris for Listen, which focused on Shellac's relationship with gender issues and feminism, Albini noted that Prayer to God examines the different facets of impotent male rage. The greater point is that his presumption of a natural order, having been upended by what are after all totally normal turns of events, warrants not just death as revenge, but a righteous death, administered by a loving God who agrees with his perspective. This precise thinking trickles down into many male quasi-religious contexts, like the athlete praising God for his successes, praying for mitigation of natural disasters or political outcomes. The commingling of expectation, religion, and patriarchy is one of the least examined yet most pernicious influences in our culture. If things like this remain unspoken, the thinking doesn't die, it spreads subcutaneous like a fungus, making everything sick. To exercise this kind of thinking, it has to be stated plainly. Daylight is a great disinfectant. Interesting. Later in the interview, he added, it was inspired by a casual reflection on the idiom of the murder ballad and how fucked up it was that we have a tradition of song that is basically dedicated to men murdering women. Then what if there was a guy who was too much of a wimp to actually murder anybody, but just as frustrated and entitled? Damn, I love that. Prayer to God is the opening track from Shellac's third studio album, 1000 Hertz. The album was praised by the NME and Pitchfork, both of whom paid special attention to this song. The NME saying that it conveys more authentic rock and roll savagery than a swarm of killer bees unleashed on Satan's pecker. Wow. When did this song come out? Let's see. Looks like 2000? Wow. 20 years old at this point. Jesus. There's a little bit more information here. Mainly talking about how people have been covering the song, I guess, and totally missing the point. To the point where, let's see, there was this guy who said he introduces his version. I guess his name was Billy Bragg. He was a libertarian or something from New Hampshire. Said he introduces his version by saying how much the song chimed with his own situation in life, which makes you wonder if he's one of those dudes who's maybe not getting it. Yeah, sounds about right. So, that's very interesting. I want to read the lyrics, and then we can definitely talk more about it. But it's interesting to kind of get the artist's perspective before I read the lyrics. So, anyway, it starts with this whole thing, Shellac of North America, catalog number TG211 CD. I'm going to skip that part. And then, to the one true God above, here is my prayer. Not the first you've heard, but the first I wrote. Not the first, but the others were a long time ago. There are two people here, and I want you to kill them. So yeah, again, kind of going back to that entitlement, like I'm entitled to have these two people murdered because of my feelings. So she can go quietly, but by disease or a blow, to the base of her neck where her necklace is closed, where her garments come together, where I used to lay my face. That's where you ought to kill her, in that particular place. So again, I kind of mentioned it sounds like maybe she is cheated on him, or even just moved on. They broke up. It could have just, the way it sounds like they just broke up. It's not like she deserves death for a failed relationship, you know what I mean? I mean, come on. But again, that sort of entitlement, that sort of, that feeling that he talks about there at the beginning. So, him, just fucking kill him. I don't care if it hurts. Yes, I do. I want it to. Fucking kill him. But first, make him cry like a woman. No particular woman. Let him hold out hope that someone or other might come, then fucking kill him. And then it just says, fucking kill him, already kill him. Yeah, it makes me scratch my head that there was a person who covered this and said that this speaks with their situation in life, because the whole second half of the song is just saying kill him, fucking kill him already. If that relates with you, friend, I'm not sure what to tell you. And then of course it ends with amen. So very interesting song. Lyrically, a lot going on here in such very short words, very few words, as the guy kind of mentions, and you really, with his explanation and then reading the lyricism, you kind of see what he's talking about. And I come to agree with him. And I know, I'm not a very religious person, so this might come as biased or one-sided. but it has, like, this has been something that has bugged me for a long time, where it's like, when a football player scores a touchdown and he points to God, or he says all credit to God, and it's like, it's very interesting because I get that, but at the same time it's like, well, if God blessed you, why not bless, like, the defense? Why wasn't the defense able to stop you? Was God not with them strong enough, or as hard enough as he was with you? And so there is sort of that kind of what he's talking about, that sort of religiosity that kind of permeates our culture, especially here in America, I would say, where it's like, God bless the United States, and so it's like God is with us in our conflicts and our political crises and what have you, but is he not with the other side as well? So it's like, why are we so blessed and others aren't? Or, rich people do it a lot. Like, I've been blessed by God with the riches I've had, the wealth I've had, and blah, blah, blah. Well, then what about the people living on the streets and what have you? Like, is God with them as well? So it's sort of this, it's very interesting to say what he said about these religious contexts where people are sort of praising God for their successes and their achievements, or asking God to get involved in their geopolitical problems and stuff like that. But it's a very interesting thing, and I think it goes very unspoken. And to many people, it's just kind of a thing that you do. You thank God for your successes or whatever, which again is fine. But it is very interesting when you think about it in certain contexts, right? So it's like, again, especially in times of conflict, if God blesses one side, why is he not blessing the other? Why is one side able to top the other? I don't know. It's all very interesting stuff to me, and I don't mean to come off as like, degrading anybody's religion. If you believe in God and you believe he's blessed you, that's totally fine. I don't really care. I just think it is a very interesting thing to open your mind up to and kind of think about. So really interesting on the lyrical side here. So I guess in this song, there's a guy who thinks that he is so blessed by God, or maybe he's so entitled to be blessed by God, that God will straight up kill two people for him. So it kind of takes that little idea that I just mentioned and really puts it on a very personal level and a very, like, evil level. Again, if God is blessing this man, asking for these two people to die, then is God also blessing the two people and protecting them? Which obviously in this case, God probably would not strike down two people who are just going about their business. Again, a very natural turn of events. But I think what he's speaking out to here instead is the entitlement to feel like you can ask God for something like that. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the bigger picture, and again, goes back to like a pro athlete, having that sort of idea that you can just ask God for your next touchdown or whatever. It is very interesting, that relationship with religion that we have, again, here, especially in America. I don't know how it is in other countries, but you see it a lot here in America. But anyway, the lyrics were interesting. Not what I was expecting at all. Especially when it opened with "To the one true God above, here's my prayer." I was like, okay, is this like a religious song? But no, it doesn't sound like it'd be a religious song, and certainly it wasn't. But lyrically very interesting. I give it 2 thumbs up. I think it was just interesting enough to really keep my attention, and again, a couple times made me go like, what the fuck am I listening to? Which is good sometimes in music. As far as the instrumentation goes, there were some parts in there I really liked the bass. I really liked the guitar and drums. Kind of the rhythm that they were keeping was really nice. They just had like this where the guitar would go and then it would be followed by like 2 little drum hits, and that just sounded great. I think it was just a nice way to keep the pacing of the song. The guy's voice sounded very interesting, very, I don't want to say grungy, but sort of like this sort of dark, that's the best, like this dark voice that he had about him. Maybe a little grungy, but it just really went well with the lyricism. It really added a lot to the song, especially with the instrumentation and kind of how sort of dark and downtrodden that was. So I've always said, as far as lyrics go, you can have the best lyrics in the world, but you have to have someone capable of performing them to their proper level. And I feel like he really did justice to what he wrote here. So really cool stuff. Really enjoyed it from that vocal and instrumental aspect there. As far as replay value goes, honestly, I don't know if like, I like the song, don't get me wrong, but I don't know if this is one that I want to listen to all the time. I think it has its place. It has enough elements that I'm like, okay, I could listen to this again, but to me it doesn't have enough that really stands out as far as like vocal performance, as far as instrumentation. There's not enough standout for me. I feel like there's nothing that I'm gonna be like, oh man, I really want to go back to this song because I love the singing performance, because I love the guitar. There's not really anything like that for me in this song. The biggest part for me, I guess, is the lyrics. So you know, I don't know how much replay value this has. I'll just give it 1 thumb up. Why not? So yeah, that's it for the video. I really enjoyed this one. It was definitely weird and interesting. I can see, I believe the person who requested it kind of mentioned like that he hadn't really seen anybody react to this song yet on YouTube, and I can see why. It seems like it's a little maybe lesser well known, or and to be 20 years old, it's kind of interesting. And not only that, but it is a much like more different song than what many people typically react to on their channels. So hopefully I can be the first. We can be the first something, because I guarantee you, you know, there are music reaction channels are a dime a dozen. So hey, I appreciate you tuning into mine at least. But again, that's it for the video. If you enjoyed the music, go support the artist. I'll check to see if they're on Spotify, and if they are, they will be in my Spotify playlist. It has every single song I've heard so far on my channel. It's in the description below. If you want to support me, just all the normal stuff you do on YouTube. Like and subscribe and comment. That's it for me, y'all. Hope you're staying safe and healthy, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.